guys, welcome back to Piston.my. Today we are in Sepang International Circuit to check out a car that has been making headwaves all around the country. The new City Hatchback. It's the replacement for the Honda Jazz. Well, it's quite, I can even call it the evolution simply because it's bigger, it's much more spacious. And I know there are some of you that say that, hey, why not retain the Jazz and offer the City Hatchback at the same time? Well, I'm going to demonstrate to you shortly why that would not make sense, simply because the City Hatchback will simply cannibalize the Honda Jazz. So it doesn't make sense to offer the Honda Jazz and the City Hatchback at the same time. Well, as you can see, the difference between the sedan model and the hatchback is not much different actually. The model is available in two different variants. One is of course the hybrid, the RS, and also the petrol version. So let's talk about the RS first. Now the difference between the hybrid and the petrol is of course under the bonnet. Of course there are exterior updates as well as interior, but under the bonnet is exactly where the magic happens. So Honda is calling the RS the EHEV. So this is essentially the hybrid model. It's powered by a 1.5 litre engine, and it has two electric motors that are located on the two front wheels. And this does in essence give you 109 PS and a segment-leading 253 Newton meters of torque, which is amazing. Remember that with electric cars, the problem is not creating power, it's managing power, simply because they create quite a lot of power. Well, on the petrol side, it's no slouch either, because even the petrol version produces 121 PS and 145 Newton meters of torque from the same 1.5 litre engine, which is quite amazing if you ask me. So how this works is that for the hybrid model, I mean, that there's a battery pack at the back. So this channels power to the back where power is stored, and when you need it the most, the battery pack sends power back to the front wheels and distributes it equally among the two front wheels. This not only gives you amazing acceleration, which we will try later, but it also gives you amazing fuel economy, which we will also get to try at some point, I'm sure. So besides that though, let's check out the exterior. The RS, being the top of the line version, of course pulls out all the tricks in terms of as far as the exterior body design is concerned. As you can see over here, it gets this gloss black highlights over here, which look quite good if you ask me. And then it also gets this carbon fiber lip, of course not carbon, but carbon fiber look-alike. And then you also get others such as the new front grille, a black solid wing, gloss black door mirrors, and a two-tone color expression, meaning everything that is gloss black will be maintained no matter what body style you choose for your Honda City Hatchback. Other than that though, it also gets a new lower grille, fork garnish, and a rear bumper. The rear bumper is said to be specifically designed for the hatchback and comes equipped with this sophisticated diffuser. Well, it's not much of a diffuser, but it looks really good, and I really appreciate the fact that Honda doesn't try to cover up the exhaust with some sporty looking thing with the exhaust really being mounted towards the back. So, and I imagine that this is probably the first thing that a lot of City Hatchback owners are going to be changing as soon as they get their car. But I must say that it makes a lot of sense for Honda to not offer the Jazz as well as the City Hatchback side by side, simply because it's actually a very big car. It's actually much bigger in person than as compared to in photos. I'm going to demonstrate shortly exactly how big it is, because the Honda City Hatchback carries on one thing that a lot of the Jazz owners love is its versatility, and Honda calls that the Ultra seats. Let's check it out. So the interior of the City Hatchback is able to be adjusted it offers 4 different settings. One is the refresh mode, which we are seeing over here, where the entire interior basically turns into one giant bed. Now with the rise of outdoor activity in Malaysia and a lot of people are going camping more often, I reckon that this will be a very popular mode. And you see now why the City Hatchback makes a lot of sense in a country like Malaysia. Now we check out the other modes. What you're seeing over here right now is something called the tall mode. The back seats of the City Hatchback are basically folded upwards to create an enormous space over here, which is good enough to even carry this quite big barbecue set. So as you can see, versatility is the name of the game when it comes to City Hatchback, and this tall mode is something quite unique because you don't really see this in a lot of other cars. And the other two modes are called the tall mode, the long mode, where one passenger side seat goes down, as well as the front passenger seat goes down as well, for you to keep longer stuff. And then there's another mode called utility, where just the back seats are folded downwards, which is something that we see in almost a lot of cars, where it just extends the boot space for bigger items. So the amount of versatility that the City Hatchback has to offer, I think now you will understand why the Jazz simply doesn't make sense anymore, even though Honda sold 100,000 units of the Honda Jazz since its introduction in 2003, I think. Let's go drive this car. So before we get into the all-new City Hatchback, we're actually getting a chance to drive a competitor car, just to see how much more improved the all-new City Hatchback is and how much better actually. So you hear a lot of droning noises from the engine, you hear a lot of, you get a lot of body feel, body roll I mean, and of course brakes are a bit squishy. Acceleration is just that. Even though this car that shall not be named is essentially powered by the same identical 1.5 litre engine. Of course, this is of a different brand, different technology and such. But in terms of handling, in terms of acceleration, this is very irregular. Alright, so we also did a slalom test just now, and as I said earlier, lots and lots of body roll. So let's go jump in the all-new City Hatchback. Alright guys, just got done with driving the competitor's car. As I said earlier in my in-car video, lots of body roll, lots of droning noises coming out the engine. I'm about to go jump into the all-new City. I know you might be thinking, why are we driving this in Sepang International Circuit? It's not a real-world condition, you know, that the tarmac is perfect, you won't get real-world conditions at all. But remember this, we are driving this car before the launch, so nobody can really see it on the road. So this is a private function here at SIC, and also because Honda is saying that it appeals to the sporting character of younger people. So let's go see exactly how sporting it is. I'll be back with my in-car review. Alright guys, I'm starting with the all-new City hatchback, but in the petrol version at first. This car is producing about 120 something PS and 143 or 145 Newton meters of torque. So same thing with the competitor car earlier. We are at the southern part of the Sepang International Circuit. So here we go. So this is where we try the acceleration. Lots of noises, so of course acceleration is of course a lot better. stop here?
You can stop it as well if you want.
Okay, I want to stop there because that's where we stopped the other car earlier.
Yep.
Just so we can have a head-to-head feel. Right, so it's a bit uphill and let's go. Oh yeah, immediately you put your foot down and it's quite obvious.
So from here, we maintain at 70.
Okay.
So long way.
Yeah.
Okay, maintain all the way 70. Do not brake. Take the corner at 70.
Okay.
Do not brake, huh?
No brakes, no brakes.
So feel the body roll.
No brakes. Whoa, wow. Not much body roll at all. No brakes, guys. No brakes into the corner, not much body roll. Again, slowing down, no brakes.
Brakes.
Taking the turn. Not even tire screech. Don't know if that's a testament to the tires or testament to the car.
Okay, start on here.
Right, slowing down.
Keep it at 40 km to take this level.
Okay, 40 km, which is the same as the earlier car.
You can enter from anywhere.
I entered from the right, so I'm just going to maintain that.
Okay, good.
Let's go. Oh, wow, nice, very nice.
Except 110. Maintain at 110.
Maintaining to 110.
110. Even the elevation is improve as well.
Yeah. A lot quieter. But of course, this tarmac at the SIC is not. It's so perfect, right?
Yeah.
Because it's optimized for grip and such.
Slow down.
So I'm going to try the brake at 100, which I think this car can take.
Brake. Yes.
Easy. Easy. I think you can brake at 50. Okay, uphill
Accelerate.
acceleration.
Yes. Again, maintain at 70. Within 70 to 80.
Okay, and there's going to. Okay, just now we did 70. Now we're going to try 80 with no brakes. Yeah. There's a nicer line. Woo! No understeer. 10 kilometers per hour above the suggested speed limit with no brakes. And the handling of this thing is actually quite amazing. Actually, I'm cheating now. I'm doing nearly 100 with no brakes. So this is a
keep to the right.
okay. We are going into the pits, but this is a testament to the Honda chassis and suspension, of course. Which means Honda has done a brilliant job at this. And right now, I'm really looking forward to jumping into the RS. So out of the petrol version, and right before I get into the RS version, I'd just like to point out that the acceleration and the handling of the petrol variant is actually mighty impressive. The RS promises to be a lot better though. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, in the RS with a brother from another mother, Mr. Kenneth, and immediately as soon as you jump into the RS, you can... Wow, what an interior, man.
Yep.
Yeah, everything feels so high quality. The stitching is really nice. I love the contrast stitching.
And by the way, the car started.
You can't even hear it.
Yep.
I was wondering whether I needed to press the start button.
No.
See, this is the impressive thing about Honda hybrid technology, right? So everything is human focused, everything is comfort focused, and of course everything is safety and performance focused as well. So let's go give it a go. Same thing with the petrol and the...
no, we will test out the Honda sensing as well.
Okay.
So we actually make the left turn. The first thing we're going to test is the adaptive cruise control.
Okay.
ACC.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can just sit in the middle here.
So in the RS version, we're not only going to test its performance or its handling and acceleration, but we are also going to test out its onboard Honda sensing functions. Right now we're going to try the automatic cruise control.
Yep. So basically it's already switched on. It's a button here.
Okay.
You can see on the display it's already on.
Yeah.
Then you can see the preset just now the previous driver did.
62.
So what we're going to... okay, this Honda sensing, this adaptive cruise control does not come to a full stop.
Okay.
Right? So what we need to do, we need to accelerate up to about 60 something, and then you can press either set or reset. The CRV that we have in front is just going to cruise at a speed about 50. When you approach him, once the ACC detected the car in front, you'll see a picture here.
Okay.
So it's actually quite a reassuring when you know whether the
car is detected.
the car is detected or not.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you can start to move. Okay, Ken, we are coming. Sorry, just continue on. It's going to accelerate. A little bit faster. Okay, just press resume now. Yes.
Resume.
Okay, lift off.
Yeah.
So it's already detected.
Car has detected it. I'm not even on the accelerator right now.
Yep.
So the CRV ahead is accelerating.
Alright. Slow down.
VSO is slowing down? Or?
Yep.
Okay, so it's automatically braking. I'm not doing anything, guys. I'm not even pressing the accelerator. So this is 100% the car except for the steering wheel, which is 100% me.
Yep. So okay, you're gonna come to a situation where he comes to a full stop.
Yeah.
So just wait for the warning sound.
Okay.
Just wait. There you go. Now you take over.
Ah.
So actually, by the time it's actually quite a slower speed really.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's very slow, but there's this concern that it doesn't come to full stop. What will you do and all? But actually, we let you feel it in real life.
Yeah.
It's actually really quite low, and there is a very audible warning that you need to take over.
And the distance.
Correct, and the distance is quite safe also.
Yeah. So it gives you about, I think, 20-30 feet to react.
Yep.
So which is plenty of time.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's good. And and we were probably doing about 20 kilometers per hour, less than that.
Yep, about there.
Yeah.
By the time, usually what I notice is about just below 30 is still on. When I see the speedometer reach about 28, then I hear the beep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So just tried out the automatic cruise control. Obviously very smart. It gives you an audible warning when the car ahead has come to a full stop, but it gives you plenty of time to react, and it gives you gives you an audible warning 20 or 30 feet before. So again, plenty of time to react, and it's actually quite smart. It's something that I've seen before. Automatic cruise control is not entirely all new. An all new technology. Plenty of cars feature it. My Ford Ranger has it. So, but the fact that it gives you an audible warning as soon as the car ahead stops and gives you plenty of time to react, that is quite reassuring. So right now we're going to try out what?
The Honda Lane Watch.
Yeah, Honda Lane Watch.
Yeah. So you just keep the speed about 30. And you stay on your furthest right as much as you can. The CRV is going to stay on the furthest left. As you can see, you won't be able to see him on the mirror.
Yeah.
So you signal left.
Yeah. Alright.
That's how wide it is. I can turn my head this way to see the car.
So that no doubt is using a wide angle lens, but you don't only have to signal. In fact, you can press this button here.
Correct.
To activate it as well.
Correct.
Because sometimes giving the signal will confuse drivers behind. So there's a button over here on the stop, on the indicator stop, that you press to start the lane watch assist, Honda lane assist, and which is always very handy. Tried it before, always been a fan. So as you saw, we just got done driving the City RS, and wow, what a car. In fact, I find it quite weird that why Honda doesn't want to declare a combined power figure of the electric as well as the internal combustion engine, because I imagine there'll be quite a lot of horsepower there, boasting figures, right? So having driven it, I'll say that performance-wise it's no slouch, and I really like how refined it is. The Honda sensing technology, though we've experienced it before, has been further refined. I've noticed that even the Honda Lane Assist, which lets you see what's on your blind spot just by indicating towards the left or pressing a button that will show you, that activate the camera to show you what's on your left. I noticed that even the lens on that is wider to give you a better view of what's in your blind spot. All in all, as you can see, it's a very, very nice looking car. There's no doubt about it. I think it's very modification ready. Why do I say that? Because check out how big the wheel well is, and it comes fitted with 16-inch wheels. It almost looks like it's ready for 18 or 19-inch wheels. What a fantastic car. Very comfortable. I love the feel of the steering wheel, and I'm going to take you for a more in-depth walk to show you exactly what's new inside the new Honda City RS. Stay tuned. As for the interior of the all-new City Hatchback, as you can see, it's actually not much different than the City RS sedan, except for some gloss highlights over here, these gloss highlights, but you still get the same steering wheel, you still get the same stitching, you still ultimately get the very nice high premium feel and quality of the City sedan as well, which is of course much welcomed. Even the seats are also similar as well, which I'll show you shortly. And what about the petrol version? Well, just like how the City all-new City Hatchback RS is similar to the City sedan, well, even for the petrol variant, the interior of the petrol variant is similar to the sedan version as well. One thing that you'll never miss over here is that the premiumness of the interior. Seriously, everything feels very high quality, everything feels very nice to touch. I love the red stitching over here. Comes with pedal shifters, even the gear knob. You get electronic parking brake, a brake hold over here, you get plenty of cup holders, and of course you get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, the works. A fantastic interior to be in, to put it short. Thank you for watching. I'm Keshi Dillon, and in this video we just brought you the first impression of the highly anticipated all-new Honda City Hatchback, both the RS as well as the petrol version. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.